Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
A young girl hires U.S. Marshal Rooster Cogburn, a ruthless, aging drunkard, to track down the man who murdered her father and bring him to justice in True Grit. Hello! Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 111. First episode of 2011. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
We saw a Western. It's the second Coen Brothers movie third Coen Brothers movie we've reviewed. Second Jeff Bridges movie we've reviewed. Second Western we've reviewed. It is Red Dead Lebowski.
That would be cool. But I don't like zombies. Lebowski fighting zombies.
There's no zombies in Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, they're not?
No.
I thought there was.
There's a thing you can download to play a zombie thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
For the most part, there are not.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I've heard people at work talk about shooting zombies in that game.
Not in the original game plan for that game.
Nah.
Just a straight up Western.
Much
Much like the movie we watched, True Grit.
True Grit.
Jason,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you've got True Grit.
I've got some grit.
Some grit?
I don't know if it's all true.
Not true? Is it
Yeah.
false grit?
Got a little false grit. Last time I was at the dentist, he said I had a little false grit. He scraped most of it,
That's good.
but they couldn't get it all.
Yeah, you can lose your teeth if you have too much false grit.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, gotta get that taken care of, kids.
So he didn't replace it with True Grit?
No.
Huh.
More like middle of the road grit. You know, just like a softer.
Your insurance doesn't cover the True Grit.
It's like white lie grit.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What about True Blood? You ever drink True Blood?
No,
No? You ever watch True Blood?
I've seen 2 minutes of it.
Really? That's more than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly expected you to say no completely.
Was it over here? Is it possible?
I don't think it was over here. No.
Maybe it was at Kathleen's.
Yeah, it sounds like a possibility, I guess.
Or maybe it was at my house. That they were watching
Your house.
They were watching it on the laptop.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, it was like some really fast vampire lady running around. I don't know. Yeah.
That sounds like that could be that show.
Yeah.
I've seen a fast vampire in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampires are typically.
They tend to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be.
Right.
Unless you're Gary Oldman. He's not very fast.
Right.
At least not in that first look for him.
Right.
The hair.
And Shadow the Vampire?
No. Dracula.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
That look.
Gary Oldman.
I'm thinking of, what's his nuts?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
Or what's his nuts, as
Yeah.
we lovingly refer to him
Yeah.
as.
Old Bobby Peru. Yeah. Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe is awesome.
He is pretty awesome. Yeah. Still have yet to watch Antichrist.
Oh, yeah.
I vow to at some point.
Mm-hmm. Does he play the Antichrist?
No.
Okay.
Although maybe he does. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No.
I just said that.
No.
Although every description I've read of the movie, no.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's not really an Antichrist.
Well, I was just thinking that if he played Christ and then he also played
Right,
Antichrist,
right.
that would be
Yeah,
a nice little yin yang of
Right.
bibliography or whatever.
He does play more bad guys than anything else. So I think once you play the ultimate good guy,
Bobby Peru.
Right.
Yeah.
Then, and then you eventually do a Norman Osborn.
Right.
I think by that point, that's your yin yang there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimate good guy, ultimate bad guy.
Yeah. Although he couldn't quite get that Ramita Senior hair down.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should have.
It's impossible, I think, in real life.
I mean, well, okay. Wolverine's hair is retarded
Yeah.
in real life, and yet they got Hugh Jackman's hair to do it.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah. Yeah.
I think they could have put in a little more time, a little more effort, and
Yeah.
gotten
They could
gotten him the cornrows.
They could have CG'd it on.
I mean, they're cornrows, basically. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe he just refused. He was like, no.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm Willem Dafoe.
It's too bad that Hugh Jackman had absolutely no clout when he first took on the role of Wolverine. Because if I were him, I would have refused to have the Wolverine hair.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What would you have done?
Just natural hair.
But he looks so Wolverine-ish. That's like kind of the draw. You know, he's got the mutton chops.
Well, the mutton chops are fine. You know, the mutton chops. You haven't seen Wolverine Origins, but for the most part, he spends that movie with just longish hair.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's all he needs.
So you still have the mutton chops?
Oh, yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You just get long hair and mutton chops. That is perfectly acceptable for a live-action human being to play Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, no mutton chops, then yeah, grow some fucking dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no Wolverine.
No.
It's part of his costume.
But the pointy hair, fuck that bullshit. It looks retarded.
Has he
It's
always had the pointy
ridiculous.
hair?
He's always had the pointy hair.
Like even like way back when?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I think because I think that it was even maybe 10 issues or so of the X-Men before he finally took off his mask.
Yeah.
And when
Okay.
they did, he had the hair.
Well.
Which, oddly, nobody pointed out. Like, if I got a guy on my team who's not taking off his mask, and then when he does, his hair is in the shape of his mask,
Right.
I'm gonna make some jokes.
Yeah.
Maybe when he's not in the room, since he has been known to fly off the handle.
Right. Right.
But,
yeah.
I'd be pulling, Thunderbird off to the side and say, "Did you see that?"
Yeah. Or like if Bruce Wayne takes off his mask in the JLA Watchtower and he's got 2 little points.
Right,
Someone's
yeah.
like, Bruce, you want to comb? Right. Here's a mirror.
I would, if I were a Nightcrawler, I'd be going out and buying hair gel, and just putting it in front of Wolverine on the breakfast table.
Yeah.
So, just a suggestion.
Yeah, just like when he's like past the hollandaise sauce, you just slide that over too.
Right,
And
yeah.
You're like, you might want a little of this too. I always liked the hair. I always thought it looked cool.
In the comics, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's comics.
But it's a little over the top on film.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Certain things just shouldn't be translated to live action.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it'd be like putting in the panel borders you're saying.
Right.
Like,
right.
They don't need it.
No. Which is a fault in the Ang Lee Hulk movie.
There's a lot. I've seen that in a lot of, at least the opening credits of a lot of comic book
Yeah,
movies.
they do that.
They're like, oh, I know. Let's make it look like a comic.
Yeah, you haven't seen the Ang Lee Hulk movie either.
I saw the opening credits.
Okay, well, they do it throughout the movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like split screens, but it's panel borders. And
Really?
like, like there's even like captions that come up. And yeah.
It's like there's an episode of Young Ones where they did that when Rick was like the people's poet, but that was like done for comedic effect, so it worked.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that Ang Lee Hulk. I just, like when I did watch it, I was sick, and I just put it in the VCR, I believe,
Right.
and passed out like in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Never did rewatch it. But who cares about that?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
It's long and gone. There's going to be a third Hulk reboot movie at some point, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
With a fourth actor to play the Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess actually technically fifth.
If you count.
If I count the Bruce Bixby.
Yeah.
Bill
Bill Bixby.
Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, yeah. I guess
Oh,
actually
yeah.
technically sixth then.
You gotta count both those guys.
Count both
Yeah.
those guys and Eric Bana and
What's his name?
what's his name?
Willem Dafoe. Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. I wanted to say David Norton.
David
I don't
Norton?
know why. And then Mark Ruffalo apparently in the Avengers.
Well, I'm excited to see a Mark Ruffalo Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Ed Norton Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Or Bruce Banner, I mean,
Right,
but,
right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not his best role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Yeah, I didn't much care for that movie.
I liked the first bit of it, and then it got, just a bit retarded.
Yeah, that's the Hulk.
Yeah. That is the Hulk.
No, yeah, that was the Hulk, indeed. Yeah.
The Hulk would be good in a western, like a
Kind of is a
Elseworld.
western. I
Yeah.
mean, any random issue of the Hulk generally takes place out in the West.
Yeah,
You know,
like a big
Arizona,
open-
New Mexico. Yeah.
open rocky fields. And,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, you just mentioned Hulk to me. And outside of, giant green monster, I think of desert landscapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like Smart Hulk though, where he's like kind of in disguise and he's got a
Right.
6-shooter.
Like if he was Mr. Fix-It, but in the West.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
Elseworld
yeah.
tale. Yeah.
Well, call DC and get right on that.
Is it the DC? I think it's Marvel.
Well, DC does Elseworlds.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Strange Tales.
Yeah,
Strange
Strange Tales.
Tales.
Yeah. Except, I don't know that I'd want it to be funny.
All the Strange Tales things weren't funny. Of course, I think they were all supposed to be. Burn!
Oh,
No.
most of them were.
Except for like the Frank Santoro one. I think that one was just supposed to be awful.
Yeah.
Nice job, Frank.
Yeah. I agree.
I have no reason to hate the man. I don't hate him. I just
Okay, yeah.
completely not a fan of his work.
That's fair. I think it's safe to say that may be the only thing of his I've ever read.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Although I think he has a blog that I may have visited once or twice, just out of this guy said this.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we could say, hey, we're talking about it now. Fuck it. You read the last issue of Strange Tales.
Uh-huh. I think there may be a story or two that I haven't read yet because I usually read it, like on the crapper. or whatnot.
Right. Did you read the U.S. Agent story?
No, I haven't read that
Oh
one yet.
man, damn it! It's the
Yeah.
one I really want to talk about to someone.
I love the art. It's so it's that stark, creepy. It almost looks like, I don't know,
It's-
wax dummies or something.
Well, to me, the whole thing reminds me of it was done by a 14-year-old in 1994.
Okay.
Who was just really into Rob Liefeld and just made his own U.S. Agent comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I don't remember who the artist is, but it also reminds me of some underground cartoonist who did just real rigid looking characters. I mean, they were usually sex stories, but
Right.
it was always creepy and weird. It wasn't just titillating.
Right,
It was
right, yeah.
creepy. And I forget who it was, but I know I've seen a very similar artwork from some old underground comic.
Right.
But yeah, I will read that one before next show.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'll be what we review. That's that one little story.
Just that one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Four-page story.
We can talk about that for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
much like we do any review,
Yeah, that's true.
such as this upcoming review of True Grit that we just watched.
What was you said there's been, I know we reviewed Burn After Reading. What was the other Coen Brothers thing we did?
Miller's Crossing.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And the other Western was, I believe, if we're counting it as a Western, which
Proposition.
I kind of do,
Yeah.
Proposition.
Yeah.
And I think this is only our second Jeff Bridges movie.
Was it Tideland?
Oh shit, our third Jeff Bridges movie. Then.
Oh, what was that one?
Fat City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I always forget it's the same guy.
Yeah.
He's 40 years younger.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I was trying to exaggerate for a comedian. Okay, he was 7 years younger in that movie. Wow, that was probably 35, 40 years ago. Fat City.
Yeah, it was 1970.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Made in 69, so over 40 years.
Man.
Yeah.
He's been rocking it.
Yeah. And getting better with age?
I would say so.
I would say so as well.
Mm-hmm.
At his best in this? Top 5?
Yeah.
Top 10?
Top 5, yeah.
Top 5?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think, spoiler, I really enjoyed this movie.
Oh, is that a spoiler?
That's a spoiler.
I think I'm right there with you.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
that was a really good movie.
Yes, it was. I was worried that maybe it's been hyped up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that it was going to not live up to that.
Right.
Speak.
I didn't I didn't hear any hype other than like one customer came to Mavericks and said it's awesome.
Right.
But that's like literally the only thing I've heard about this movie.
Right. Well, yeah, your average Mavericks customer does not seem like the type who would see a True Grit.
I don't know.
Just a basic generalization.
I could see.
I bet they
see
all saw Tron.
a bunch of nerds going, "Oh yeah, yeah." They want to see Tron instead. Which I can't blame them.
Yeah, I still want to see it.
I saw that first too.
I have not seen it yet because I was not invited.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Talked about it.
If you would quit your job and not work when we go to the matinee movies, then maybe you'd get to see one every once in a while.
Well, fine, I will.
All right.
Yeah, screw this raise I just got.
Yeah. Nice.
Hopefully. Hey, nobody from my work listens. Yeah, I got a raise. Fuck it.
Yeah. Sweet.
I don't know how much yet, but any raise is a good raise.
Yeah.
And I gladly accept it.
Fucking A.
Yeah. I'll find out next week for sure. Like, they said first paycheck of 2011,
Ooh.
which is right now.
Yeah. If it's a big one, will you buy drinks for the show next time?
No. I gotta save money for Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago. Chi-town, Windy City.
Taking a road trip.
Yeah, we are.
Gonna hunt down Tom Chaney, the man who killed my father.
And I'm the little girl that hired him. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, okay. You're the little girl. If it was your father. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the drunken sheriff that lives in the back of a Chinese grocery that little Eric hired.
Or you could be the creepy borderline pedophile Matt Damon.
That was the late what was it, like 1880, something like that?
The movie ends, spoiler, 1903, which is 25 years after the events of the movie, so...
Yeah, about 1875-ish.
Yeah.
I think it was totally acceptable back then.
Right,
'Cause, I mean, everybody,
right.
like, actually, Jeff Bridges shouldn't have even been alive.
Yeah,
You know, like,
that's
no one,
true.
people didn't really have the lifespan they do now.
Yeah, and again, not to give anything away, but the fact that at the end of the movie, 25 years later, he's still alive, at the condition he is throughout the movie that takes place, in 1878 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that man should have been dead in the 1850s.
Yeah, for sure. And that brings up an interesting point that I was thinking about throughout this movie. Like, people, they typically live shorter lives, not just because of, poor medical conditions.
Right.
I mean, obviously we saw the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not just because of that, but I mean, there's gunfire and there's like, disease and like all kinds of things.
Right.
But they like lived their lives back then, Mm-hmm. Like me and you, we're just kind of like a couple of dudes that fart around and, we draw pictures of things that other people have imagined 40, 50 years ago. And then we go to air quotes work, I mean, and then we like, we go to the convenience store and get like candied sweets and
Right.
we're not men.
No, we're not.
No.
Not compared to that. No.
Like, is that better to have lived like a 30-something year lifespan that was like awesome and adventurous?
Rough as shit.
Yeah. Like snake bites and, awesome starry nights. And
I'm going to imagine that not a lot of people were bored
yeah.
back in the day.
Even though they didn't have all the millions of distractions that
Right. Yeah, it does make you think about that. And, I mean, you and I have never had to, put down our cars because it wouldn't go any further.
Right, yeah. Just shoot the Saturn right in the hood. We never had to suck venom out of a wound or...
Yeah, we were...
I did sleep outdoors once, like a couple years ago, because drunken Doogie or somebody. I don't want to blame it on him because it wasn't him. Somebody let my cat Goo, out of the house, and he's a house inside cat.
Right.
And he escaped, and occasionally that would happen, and he would come back within an hour. But this time it was like 4 or 5 hours later, and I was getting really worried. So I put a sleeping bag in the backyard because he usually came back through the back door.
Right.
put a sleeping bag in the backyard and slept out there until I woke up like at like 4 or 5 in the morning with him like meowing next to me, and
No.
it was super cute. And I was like, "Don't ever do that to me again, buddy." I grabbed him and went inside. But yeah, that was like the last time I slept outside.
Waiting for your kitty cat, and then crying when he shows up. Also not very manly.
Well, compared to my current existence, it is. Which I don't know what that says exactly, but it says something.
Yeah, we're not men.
No, we are not. What are we? Because we're not children.
We're not. Yeah, we're not children.
We can do algebra and like pay our taxes.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I mean, it just we are not. We're definitely not living life. At least not to the point of like, you know, struggling to survive or anything like that.
Right.
And yeah, it is really hard to say whether that's a plus or a minus.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it takes no effort for us to just live and survive, but we're not really doing anything to earn that.
It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy because I mean, like, I'm sure if you showed the future to anyone in 1880 and said like, which one would you rather live? You know, like there's a convenience store right on the road.
Right.
You know, heated apartments. They'd be like, "Well, fuck, sign me up."
Yeah.
You know. But at the same time, like, I think, you know, we've definitely lost something over the years.
Hell yeah, we have. And you know, the two of us, you know, you're by far the more healthy of the two of us.
Maybe slightly.
I would say definitely exponentially so. You're more healthy than me. But you know, is it? What am I trying to say here? I mean,
is it worth it? Is everything?
Well, yeah, like if we lived in the 1870s or whatever, and I lived the lifestyle that I lead now, but like, you know, needed to do the things that one needed to do in order to survive back then.
Right, all the hard labor. And
Right. You know, I'm sure I'd probably be fairly healthy.
Right.
You know, like, you know, no matter how much I drank or how much I ate,
yeah.
You know, I'm always just going to work it off just
Exactly.
to do whatever. And now all I do is sit in front of a computer, which means that all my eating and drinking leads to, you know, this.
Right. I even felt like, man, like, because we went out for Godfather's Pizza right before the, which is an amazing pizza restaurant, if anyone has one around.
Top 3.
I would say so, yeah. But I, like, the first, like, half an hour of the movie, I could, like, feel my heartbeat, like, pounding, and I was, like, couldn't get comfortable, and I was, like, starting to sweat, and I was like, is it because we're way up high? Because we're in the very back row, and I was like, heat rises, maybe that's why I'm getting hot, and I was like, maybe I'm having an anxiety attack, maybe I'm having a heart attack, maybe I'm having an angina attack, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was very uncomfortable, and I was just like, I need to get in shape. Like was it walking all the way up to the back of the theater that did it? You know?
Yeah, I was a little out of breath, but
Yeah, I know. We suck.
It was a heavy pizza.
It was a very heavy pizza.
Yeah, and we had just bread on top of all that.
Yeah,
too.
we had breadsticks.
Yeah. But yeah, I was kind of. I think that it was just kind of hot in the theater, and then as more people came in, it was just getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a packed theater, but it was all sort
It
of.
was pretty close.
It was concentrated up into our area.
Yeah.
There was like this big oval of people. Like,
That's why I get really pissed off, because, you know, there's those seats down at the bottom of the theater that nobody sits in.
well, I don't blame those people though. Those are the worst
You
seats.
know, if they're the worst seats, but if you don't get there in time and you can't find a seat up at the top, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's where you belong,
Right.
fuckers.
That's why you get there early.
You get there early. I don't
See,
care if you don't want to sit through the commercials.
Right.
You get there early, you get a good seat.
And we totally lucked out. The commercials were muted for some reason.
Yeah.
There's like a 20-minute section of commercials where we just couldn't hear them, and that was awesome. I wish it was always like that. Whoever did that, maybe if it was on purpose, this show's dedicated to you, buddy. Because that was great.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think maybe they know that nobody pays attention anyway.
Right.
Although, you know, I mean, I'm betting that, you know, part of that is paid, so I'm sure.
Yeah, there was like a local commercial.
Local commercials, yeah. So if it's anything like working at the TV station and having to run the commercials, if we got penalized if there was no sound.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah.
Like if somebody from what was that commercial where it's like, this is living and this is life insurance or something. I forget what commercial it was, but
I don't remember.
but yeah, I saw that one today. I'd seen it before. It's the only reason I like know the jingle or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, if that guy was in the audience, he probably got pissed because
Yeah.
of some Dayton like insurance place or something.
I just remember the eye doctor. It had like 3 ads.
Maybe it was the eye doctor. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, like it showed people canoeing, and then all of a sudden they're like getting that eye test or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows indeed. But anyway, yeah, this still just goes back to the point you're making that back in the Old West we wouldn't be complaining about commercials in front of a movie.
Yeah, yeah. We'd be complaining about like
Getting
getting
cholera.
Yeah. Yeah,
And my youngest son just died.
yeah. Now how am I going to milk all the cows? Yeah. Oh yeah. I know my mom grew up on a farm, and she's got some stories about
Right.
hard living and
Right.
yeah, I mean people were just like saltier back then. Like even Kathleen on the way home, she was talking about how she loves westerns, but she hardly ever watches them.
Right.
And she said her grandpa was actually in westerns. He was a uncredited, like, just background character, and they don't even know which westerns because he died when she was younger.
Right.
But he was in like a lot of them. And this guy, he seems awesome. He was like when he was 17, he wanted to join the army, so he stole some. I don't know if it was like. I don't know if I'm exaggerating here. If it was like a dead drifter, but it was he stole someone's identity, like their driver's license.
Right.
Maybe it was just some guy. I don't know. But I like it better as a dead drifter.
Yeah.
But so he joins the army under this. Gloss it
Puff
up. Yeah. But so he took this guy's license and became him the whole time he was in the army, and then when he got out, he worked on the railroad, and he was just in towns where they were making westerns, and they had him like in the background. I was like, wow, what a cool life.
Yeah.
True Grit.
True Grit. Yeah. You never saw the original of this.
No.
It's been a while, but from what I recall, I did not enjoy the original whatsoever. I am not a fan of a John Wayne.
Yeah.
Don't like the Duke. The Duke can go suck it.
You can't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And I just don't like him.
Yeah.
And,
It's not
but wasn't I believe True Grit was the movie he won the Oscar for?
yeah,
wasn't it?
I think so.
I don't know how, because he was terrible in that movie and it was a bad movie.
Maybe it was just one of those years, you know.
It could be.
Those
Well,
like-
I'm sure back in 1960 whatever when that movie came out, I'm sure it was good.
there was
But,
no Kung Fu Panda
well, that is
back
true.
then, you know.
But
no hot tub time machine.
which
so-
I still want to see. Still want to see. But
I don't think I've ever seen any John Wayne movie. Actually, I'm sorry. I
what?
just realized that.
John
I don't,
Wayne
I
movies?
don't think I've ever seen one.
I think True Grit may be the only one I've ever seen all the way through. And I didn't enjoy it, so maybe that's pretty much where my judgment of it comes through.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, obviously the stories are the same, but I just don't think he was a good actor. And maybe, like I said, just at the time when that came out, like before the whole 70s American cinema revolution.
Right. Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that, is just like, this is amazing,
Right.
But,
Maybe for the time. Yeah.
right. But watching it, 2-3 years ago when I watched it, I just, not a fan.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very common thing, and I mean, there's a select few westerns I've seen that are awesome, like
Right.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico or Once Upon a Time in the West, not Mexico. That's the Robert Rodriguez one.
Yeah, which was also good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the Clint Eastwoods, but
Yeah.
uh,
Spaghetti westerns, I think, are there's something to them. Yeah,
But everything else that I've seen, like my aunt watches westerns like every day
right.
in Kentucky, and they're just so cheesy.
Yeah.
And, like I think hokey is the word Kathleen described when we were talking about westerns earlier.
Right. And you know, I would say that is very true for True Grit. The original was that it was hokey.
But yeah,
And like, yeah, I don't see what was so exceptional about it compared to other than John Wayne was old.
like yeah, like and this version was, you know, I don't know.
This version was funny,
Yeah,
which surprised me. I did not expect it to be funny, but not in like but on purpose.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not like laugh a minute roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You'll laugh and you'll laugh.
No, yeah. This is no Jack Black comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis in True Grit.
He certainly has the beard for it.
Yeah, yeah, he does. But yeah, this was
Also,
a lot.
he's not very funny.
It was no Apple Dumpling Gang rides again.
No.
Okay. But it was awesome.
It was very good.
And it has like you said, it has a lot of funny parts, but it's the typical Coen Brothers thing where it's like
Darkly funny.
and it's almost like
Bizarre at times.
the characters are just it's these quirky characters. I know that's overused when you're talking about Coen Brothers, but I mean like
But it's true.
like that's what's
Yeah.
funny about. I mean,
Right.
some of them aren't necessarily funny. Like if you read the dialogue,
Right.
like the doctor says, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is weird. But when you see it, you're just like, this is so fucking weird and quirky and deranged. And there's a lot more crazy people in this movie.
Yeah.
than-
Than I think anyone expected.
yeah.
Let us talk about the Doctor.
Doogie, age 55.
Yeah. Man, like I don't really now that I've said it, I don't really want to talk about it because I think if I'd have known about it before going into the movie, I wouldn't have loved it as much as I
Right.
did.
It's one of those like minor characters that ends up being one of the most memorable characters in the film.
Yeah. And I think had he been perverted, would have been the guy from Human Centipede
Oh yeah. And
and Black Swan,
Black Swan, yeah.
which would make the third movie in a row.
Yeah.
You're right. I got my wish.
Yeah.
It's the one wish that will never come true for me.
But he needed to be perverted, or he wasn't that guy.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
But crazy. And yeah. Let's not talk much more about that. I
Right.
think if any one of our listeners are going to go see it, you'll know on this one. You
can't miss this guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, he was great.
And to be fair, there's also other characters that pop up that are just as ridiculous. At least one other.
I don't know if I would say just as ridiculous.
Okay, not just as ridiculous, but pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And look, this is true of the Doctor too, but not just him. I love how eloquently everyone speaks in this film.
Right.
Like how there's hardly any contractions spake.
Right.
It's all I did not do this or I will go here.
Right.
There's no I'll or don't.
Won't, don't, can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, people were they were more, I don't know, articulate.
We'll see. This is actually something that sort of distracted me from the movie, and I don't know if I can't necessarily say that in a bad way though, but like it stood out to me.
The like diction and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it just kept occurring to me that a lot of Coen Brothers movies are heavily revolved around the dialogue,
Yeah.
and the language that the characters use, and this is no exception.
Right. Like
but,
Ulysses McGill from Oh
Right,
Brother.
yeah. And but I don't know if it's just their influence on the script. I mean, I don't know if they wrote the script, or if it was like adapted from the original novel.
Right.
Yeah. Because this is less a remake than it is a more of an adaptation of the original novel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's like just borrowing the language that was written in the book.
Right. No, I know what you mean, though. I mean, a lot of people in Coen Brothers movies, like side characters,
Right.
have that same, like, that really robust vocabulary that
Right.
really, like,
That you occasionally don't expect from those people.
yeah, exactly,
right.
like hotel managers and
Right.
like gardeners. But yeah, it's like it kind of draws you in and pauses you and like makes you just like hang on their every word. You're like,
Right.
what are they? Wow, I want to remember some of these words. These
Yeah,
are amazing words. But once again, we're too stupid.
We are.
In this modern age.
We are dumb people. Well, let's just say you and I.
You and I, yeah. Well, I think we represent a whole ilk of people. Though,
Oh, yeah.
of the morally downtrodden,
Our listeners.
spiritually bankrupt. That's you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And here we are, representing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're out there speaking your words.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stuff.
Horsies.
Horsies.
There were some horsies.
I did, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption, as I mentioned earlier.
Is that zombie game?
It is that zombie game. And, watching the movie, I just kept thinking of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Just made me want to play the game after you leave tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ride around on my horsey and shoot people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the way to be.
Yeah. But I had to do it virtually and not for real.
What if me and you, like, had simultaneous nervous breakdown, midlife crises, and we just went out and bought, like, we sold all of our shit and bought horses and guns, and we just, like, rode down the street. Like, it'd probably have to be a smaller town at first,
Right,
like New Carlisle or
Yeah.
Medway or something. Just shooting people with 6 guns.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would die instantly because I am super allergic to horses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
My face swells shut when I am near a horse.
Wow. So but you like playing the game, the Red Dead
Because they're not real horses.
Yeah. Wow. So it's like you're like this is what I want, is to touch the horse.
Yeah.
So I should find a video game where the character takes a lot of penicillin, and I could vicariously know what that's like.
Oh, because you're
I'm allergic to this. Yeah.
Actually, most of the video games that exist, usually they have like healing things.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anti-infection,
Yeah.
medicines that you take. So like a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill.
I'm sure in the Hard Rain there's a scene where you actually go to the
Actually,
doctor.
there is.
Yeah.
Actually, in Hard Rain, you get injured. One of the characters gets injured frequently, and it has to have medical attention,
Right.
including taking some antibiotics.
Right.
And,
Wow. Okay. I'm sold. It looks like a good game anyway.
it's a pretty good game.
But yeah, Jeff Bridges, man.
Jeff Bridges is great.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
He's fucking awesome.
I was unsure at first because, like, even in the trailer, where they show mostly like just the him in the courtroom when we first meet him.
Right.
Or I guess technically it's the second time we meet him.
Right,
First time we
yeah.
see him.
Yeah.
I was unsure just out of his speeches and then the way he speaks, the voice he uses.
Right.
Whether is this just Jeff Bridges fucking with us? I wasn't sure.
Right. Like it might be too much, like
Right,
a
yeah.
Sling Blade type of thing, where you're like
Yeah.
it becomes a parody.
Yeah. But won me over.
Yep.
Won me over
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, he was awesome. There's a couple of scenes where I'm like, I missed like 2 lines in a row where he said, like, I just sounded like mumbling.
Mumbly. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see that again.
Jeff Bridges, not the only one doing funny voices.
No.
We got Matt Damon doing kind of a funny voice.
Yeah.
And then something happens where it gets funnier. And not in a ha-ha kind of way, but just...
In an odd.
yeah,
way. And he's the Texas Ranger,
Right.
riding along with Rooster.
Yeah,
Is it Rooster?
Rooster.
Yeah.
And Josh Brolin when he finally shows up. Josh Brolin, third build, I think, in the movie, maybe. Has maybe 5 minutes total screen time.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Also doing a funny voice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Josh Brolin was awesome in this movie.
He
too.
was pretty good in it.
Yeah.
And the funny voice kind of worked
Mm-hmm.
for, I guess, what the character eventually turned out to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the one thing, like, I do not remember his character from the original.
Oh, really?
I know his character was in the original, I just don't remember it.
Because
Because
he had no funny voice.
Well, he had no funny voice. And in the original, when the focus shifts from his character to Lucky Ned Pepper, Lucky Ned Pepper, of course, is played by Robert Duvall in the original,
As opposed to Barry Pepper.
as opposed to Barry Pepper, who, again, pretty sure they only cast him because he has the same last name.
Yeah.
But Robert Duvall is awesome, and he can overshadow some stuff.
Robert Duvall is great.
Yeah. And Barry Pepper, I don't know that I've ever seen him in any movie, but I really liked him in this.
He was great. I know I have, but I can't think of what.
Right.
And he reminds me a lot of. I might just actually be. I might just be confusing him with Harry Dean Stanton because he reminds me a lot of Harry Dean Stanton.
He's definitely not Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
For one thing, he's like 60 years younger.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I would never.
okay,
I would
right.
never confuse the two. Like, I can't remember which one it was in that movie, but he's reminiscent. Like some of his like mannerisms and
Right.
things. He just reminds me of him.
I can see that. I think it was just the character, though.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Harry Dean Stanton is like that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Ever since the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. Really surprised by how good he was in this movie. And, like, I don't think he overshadowed anyone in it, but except for Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think he was really good in this.
He was awesome.
And again, I guess it's pretty good for just hiring a guy with the same last name.
Yeah.
Because again,
Yeah.
that is my theory. I'm sticking with
We
it.
should IMDb him during the break.
All right.
See what else he's done.
I know that he has done Battlefield Earth.
Oh yeah. Wow. Is that the
That's the John
Sci-
Travolta
Scientology-
Scientology,
Yeah.
one
Sci-fi
of the worst
movie?
movies ever made. Yeah.
would you veto that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But I want to talk about two other air quote characters in this movie. I'd say the music and the landscape. No, but it was beautiful. The landscape.
Oh, the landscape, the cinematography, just all of it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Music I didn't pay attention to.
It was very subtle. Like it wasn't like completely absent like in No Country for Old Men.
Right.
But like, there's very little music.
I think I know that in old westerns that usually they go over the top of the music.
Yeah.
And that kind of takes away, I think, from some of it. So
Right.
I guess by not noticing the music in this, that was a good thing.
And it was probably present more often than I'm realizing, but it just
Right.
seemed like it was really quiet, which it might just have been subtle music because, the parts I did notice were very subtle.
Right. One thing that I loved about Jeff Bridges' take on Rooster Cogburn was that he was such a doddering, talky old man. Like if he wasn't on this mission,
Right.
like he's the kind of guy who would probably just come up and start talking to you for no reason whatsoever and wouldn't leave you alone.
Yeah.
Just rambling on with his stories.
Yeah, I could see that.
And
Trying
while-
to get you to buy him drinks. But
Right. And while I hate that person in real life, awesome in this movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that guy can be fun in real life. You just don't want to be, trapped in a saloon in a one-horse town with him.
Right. And no, that guy is not fun in real life.
The odd old people usually have some sort of good story or
Right.
a creepy joke or something.
Right. Jack.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I love Jack.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have any kind of conversation with him.
He does. He does have some odd stories, that
Yeah.
man. But yeah, I love him. I love Jack. Wow. What else was I going to say about this film?
The girl?
She was
She
amazing.
was really good in this. I don't know if she's ever done any movie before this or not.
Yeah, like I didn't notice it saying introducing,
Right.
but I don't recognize her.
But really good in this. Great character. I think if I remember the original correctly, she was just annoying.
Really? Okay.
But like this, she was just like a borderline con artist.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like yeah.
Like her persistence was endearing and not just you want, like in the original, you want John Wayne to fucking shoot her.
Right.
Yeah. And in this one, you're rooting for her to keep going and
Get her job done.
right.
Yeah, she's a very, very likable, odd character too.
Yeah. I usually don't notice these kind of things in movies, but I noticed it in this. There was a goof.
Oh.
Yeah. A
Uh-oh.
flub,
Uh-oh.
if you will.
Like you saw like a movie chord in the background or something.
No. The scene where she's hired Rooster to track down Tom Chaney. She is supposed to meet him at the Chinese grocery store, and like he's already left without her, and he's across the river. She rides her horse into the river to cross it to catch up with him, and like Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon just wait for her. She finally like comes up onto the banks, completely dry.
Was she completely dry?
Completely dry.
Maybe it was just like one of those subtle things, like where the clothes were dark.
No.
No.
She was wearing a wool coat,
Wow. Okay.
and it was completely dry.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I think they added digitally like water dripping from her hat,
Right.
but like it was
Like
completely
her clothing was all
Yeah.
pristine.
Yep.
Yeah, she was pretty much up to her neck in
Yeah, yeah.
the river. So yeah. Wow. That's interesting. And then we should mention the credits are kind of funny too. Like there's some
Yeah, there were some weird credits here and there.
like they called J. Todd Anderson Draw Boy.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. There was one credit for Serious Matters.
Yeah. So
Didn't you see another one that was weird?
that's Kathleen saw one.
Kathleen saw
What the heck was it?
the abs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Matt Damon's ab double.
Yeah. Which is doubly weird because Matt Damon does not take his shirt off in the movie.
Not that
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're going just for the Matt Damon ab shot, you might want to wait till rent it on DVD or Blu-ray. And speaking of J. Todd Anderson, did you notice one of Ned Pepper's aliases was John Todd Anderson? Yeah, that was like one of his aliases. Was the guy that did the storyboards for the movie?
Draw Boy.
Yeah, Draw Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So, do you know who J. Todd Anderson is?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you know who he is?
No.
Okay, he does all the Coen Brothers storyboards, and I actually met him once, and it's kind of a funny story. If you may save that for after the break.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we ran a little behind here.
Okay.
We should maybe take a break. But yeah, I'm totally willing to keep going if you got more to say about the movie.
I'm trying to think here. I can't think of anything negative to say about it.
I really can't either. Like anything that I've already said negative is like the most negative thing I could say about it.
It seems kind of like subtle, like a very like, it's I wouldn't say slow paced, but like when the action finally kicks in, it like really is engaging because the rest of it is kind of like more just cinematic and like you see these beautiful shots and like it's stories and characters and then like there's very little like actual like crazy Western gunplay action, but when it does happen, it's awesome.
It's all saved towards the end, and it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean, all the big action scenes generally happen well, generally happen from a faraway distance.
Right.
Like we're watching like most of the action happen from somebody, like up on a mountain somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Which is awesome. I love that shot.
yeah.
I love that shot where, yeah.
And
I don't want to spoil it.
yeah. Well, it happens twice, so there's that. But what little like up close gunplay we see really is about a minute worth of screen time.
Right.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
All of it is awesome.
Yeah.
Just,
Very well done.
very well done. Definitely not the best Coen Brothers movie, I think, but up there.
Yeah. It's not my favorite or least favorite, but
Right.
I will definitely see it a second time.
It's definitely, I think, in the bottom rung of their best.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
And it's in the upper rung of overall of the westerns I've ever seen.
I would definitely grant it that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I mean, it's been like 20 years since I've seen Unforgiven, which I think is probably one of my favorite westerns.
Yeah.
So, like, I would put it up there with that.
Which is the one with Kurt Russell and Val
Tombstone.
Kilmer? Oh, that's okay. I really like Tombstone.
I think that's Tombstone.
Yeah, that's a really
Because
good
there was like two movies about
Right.
Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
the
one-
other one was Kevin Costner.
Okay, yeah, not that one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one where
I think that the one with Kurt Russell was Tombstone.
and Val Kilmer was Doc
Yeah,
Holliday.
And I think Kevin Costner's was just Wyatt Earp.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, Tombstone's really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine film.
Very good movie.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Two Jeff Bridges movies in the theaters at the same time, and they're
Yeah.
both good. It's crazy.
I wouldn't know.
Ah. Yeah.
But I will also say that you're the only person so far I know that has said anything positive about the other one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Not read a positive thing about the Tron.
Wow.
But I'm still going to go see it.
Yeah.
Probably tomorrow.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Day off tomorrow.
Day off.
Nice.
Yeah, matinee. Fuck you.
Nice.
Take a break.
Sure.
All right.
Now you're looking at a man that's getting kind of mad. I had lots of luck, but it's all been bad. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive. My fishing pole's broke, the creek is full of sand. My woman run away with another man. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive. A distant uncle passed away and left me quite a batch. And I was living high until the fatal day. A lawyer proved I wasn't born, I was only hatched. Everything's against me and it's got me down. If I jumped in the river, I would probably drown. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive. These shabby shoes I'm wearing all the time is full of holes and nails. And brother, if I stepped on a worn out dime, I bet a nickel I could tell you if it was heads or tails. I'm not gonna worry wrinkles in my brow, 'cause nothing's ever gonna be alright no how. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive.
Hey, welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, listener.
Indeed. 2011, the last full year we have left to live.
Yep. Next year's a measly 11.6 months.
Something like that. Yep.
So we gotta make it count.
Yeah.
We gotta make these last 1.96 count.
Right. Years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I never have New Year's resolutions
Yeah.
because they're always a failure. And I just have a general thing that I say to myself practically every day, which is I need to get my life in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to fail at it.
Aw, yeah, you gotta think positive.
I'm positive I'm going to fail at this.
Oh, see, well, it'll work if you think of that way. You don't want it to happen. I think I'm gonna go on an adventure once a year.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, we're going on one in like 3 weeks.
that's true.
So there you
Alright. I'm covered.
go. All right.
So just one more adventure after that, and I'm done.
Yep.
Sweet. I don't know how many more of those I could have taken. Leaving my comfort zone like that.
Maybe we should fly to Chicago.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it'd be pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take a flight on what is it, December? Is it
22nd,
22nd?
2012.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the date, yeah. And then I'll take a flight, that way I can watch the world like explode from in the air.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be nice.
I don't know that the world's going to explode.
Oh, it'll happen.
Um,
Just implode. You
Maybe
think it'll
we'll-
implode? It's either
it'll
gonna
be
explode-
like a giant whiteout kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Like things will just start dissolving
Oh,
out of
wow.
existence.
Like they'll like kind of flash in like static or something. and
Kind of, yeah.
disappear.
Like, I'm imagining, the way Grant Morrison depicted it in The Invisibles #1, Volume 3.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I can't remember. It's been a while since I read it.
Drawn by Frank Wiley, with the snow just overtaking the entire world, basically.
Wow.
Like people just getting chunks like disappeared. Just the world dissolving into something and evolving into something new. We're all policemen now.
Creepy. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened. That's just as good as any other theory, probably. But, yeah. So we looked up Barry Pepper.
Yeah. He's been in quite a bit. Done a few video game voices, including a really good game that I like called Prototype. He was, of course, in Battlefield Earth.
As you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then weirdly enough, because I was like, he reminds me of Harry Dean Stanton.
I think people remember from 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. And he actually played a character named Dean Stanton
Yep.
in The Green Mile, which is kind of bizarre.
Kind of bizarre. I also don't remember him in The Green Mile.
There was another, what was the other movie he was in that I recognized? I was like, oh, I've seen that too. I forget. But, yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
don't remember.
And then Mrs. Steinfeld, what was her name?
Haley Steinfeld. I don't think she's a Mrs. as she's like 15 years
Well,
old.
Well,
Probably
if,
16.
If Matt Damon has his way.
Yeah,
she'd be
no,
in
that's
this.
true.
She's been in like,
A couple things.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm guessing like kids stuff, like kids movies or kids TV shows.
the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Just made a handful of films.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this will probably help her later on in her career.
I would imagine.
'Cause I'd imagine, like a Lindsay Lohan who primarily made her living off of a Nickelodeon show or whatnot.
Yeah.
Who's had some trouble in the area of being taken seriously.
Yeah.
you know, but also due to pretty much her own fault as well. So there you go.
She's not helping the case.
No.
But yeah, all the Oscar nominated people involved in this film might
Right.
get her some attention.
Yeah. Much like an Anna Paquin with the piano. To eventually go on and play Rogue in the X-Men.
Wow,
movies.
yeah.
Tying it all together.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Nerd style.
Nerds.
But yeah, Haley Steinfeld, whatever her name.
Steinfeld, yeah.
She was awesome.
She was really good in this.
I look forward to seeing her in other things,
Yeah.
other than the kids' movies that I probably
Right.
won't see.
Yeah, probably won't see.
Unless like Robert Rodriguez does them or something.
Even still.
Yeah.
For Spy Kids, worth watching. You're pretty good to ignore everything else.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of his kids' movies actually.
For Spy Kids, I recommend it.
Is Danny Trejo's in that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Playing Machete.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kathleen said she read an interview with Robert Rodriguez, and he said if Machete made $5, he was going to make a sequel.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great.
I think he's pretty much written the next 2 movies. Machete Kills again.
It's great. It's awesome.
There were some shitty trailers in front of this movie.
And like odd choices for the crowd that probably would go see True Grit. They just didn't know who was going to go see True Grit, I think.
Yeah. Well, I've been to a lot of movies where just the trailers are weird. Like, I remember going to see the first Hellboy, and the trailers were like white chicks. And probably like whatever Adam Sandler equivalent was coming out then too. Yeah. It's like, not the same crowd.
Yeah, like what's the Johnny Depp like
Rango.
Rango?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like an odd choice to.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's just no westerns in the pool and no like.
That was the closest thing that they
Yeah,
had. Right?
exactly.
Because it does appear to be a western.
Yeah.
It just has to be animated with lizards.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What else?
Man, I can't even remember. Oh, the Transformers. They showed Transformers.
Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that bullshit. I can tell you that much right now.
I'll probably skip it. Like, I actually enjoyed the second one, but I think I saw my Big Robot movie. Oh, that's the other movie.
Real Steel.
Real Steel, yeah.
Which could be fun.
Yeah.
Boxing robots.
Yeah.
Eh.
We all loved it as kids.
Yeah. The effects look alright.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely not the trailer I would put in front of True Grit, I guess.
Yeah.
None of those trailers were.
Yeah.
2 sci-fi movies, a kids movie, and was there anything else?
There had to have been something else, but I can't remember.
I'm sure there was some sort of snide comment I made that could trigger my memory on that. I don't remember.
Yeah, nothing that really made me go, wow, we gotta see that.
Right, yeah. Oh, Fast 5.
Oh, yeah, Fast 5.
Alright. Are the titles of those movies just going to get dumber and dumber as they go on?
What was the last one called?
The last one was Fast Furious.
Fast Furious?
I believe
Wow.
so, yeah. Because it was The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift, Fast Furious,
And now,
and now Fast 5.
Fast 5. It'll just be F6
Yeah.
next time.
Which apparently also has The Rock in it, I guess, which was weird. So is this night like Vin Diesel's Expendables?
Vin Diesel was in that too. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's his movie, basically. So, but, is this his, all the great action stars of the late 2000s, their big comeback movie?
Does Rock need a comeback movie at this point? I mean,
He kind of does.
okay.
Yeah.
Has he done anything lately?
I don't remember anything he's done that wasn't a kid's movie. Like, he did The Tooth Fairy last, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he did. He actually recently had a movie out called Driven, or Driver, or something.
I don't remember that one.
Maybe it's not even. Maybe that's not even the title of
That's
it at all.
might not even be The Rock.
Yeah, no, it's definitely The Rock. He has a
Maybe.
movie that's been out within the past week or two, maybe month. It's supposed to be his comeback to action.
I think he was pretty funny. Like, I think when he hosted Saturday Night Live, he was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
I like The Rock.
Yeah.
Like the movies I've actually sat through that he's been in, I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then I will, to this day, say that The Rundown is an excellent action movie and super underrated.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Christopher Walken in it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And The Rock?
And The Rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Walken.
And
Rock.
Sean William Scott.
Do I know him?
He was also in Southland Tales.
Oh, okay.
He was the guy. The twin guy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rock was pretty good in Southland Tales.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though that movie was just
Weird.
I don't even like. I can't. I honestly like. It's not like
mess.
I can't tell if I like it or not. Like
Yeah,
I'm like
me
I don't
neither.
even know. I don't even know what had just happened
Yeah.
when we watched Southland Tales.
It was a hot mess. I think is
Yeah.
the best way to put that.
Yeah. Like I can't tell if I want to see it a second time to
Right,
figure it
right.
out or not. Or like I don't
Yeah.
know if it's worth it. But
Yes.
yeah, but I was going to tell you my J. Todd Anderson story.
Yes.
J. Todd Anderson, as we looked him up, he's done just about all the Coen Brothers storyboards and
At least most of them since Fargo.
yeah,
Yeah.
and other movies like
Yeah, yeah.
Leatherheads and whatnot. But yeah, and they've given him bit parts in some other movies. Like he's a guy that gets killed in Fargo, and I don't think he has any lines or anything. But he does a podcast from WISO
Really?
in Dayton. Yeah, he lives in Dayton.
Oh,
He lives in Oakwood, actually.
really?
Yeah,
Ah,
I know, right? Celebrity right here in Dayton.
yeah.
Take that, Bob Pollard.
You know my opinion on Bob Pollard.
I think I'm the only one in the room, or probably in our listening audience, who likes him.
I bet a Brian John Mitchell likes him.
Really? Do you, Brian?
Well, why wouldn't he? Practically the same guy.
Aw.
Just Brian's a nice guy
And he-
who is not full of himself and not an alcoholic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not full of alcohol either. Yeah. I love both.
But like as far as output and drive.
Oh yeah,
go,
okay, I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
They're both productive individuals.
yeah, very much.
Just one of them is a really nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I happen to enjoy both of their creative works.
I'm a fan of the Brian John Mitchell.
Yeah.
If Bob Pollard and Brian John Mitchell were both tied up in the street, about to get run over by a bus, I'd save one of them.
Oh, make it steamrollers because that would
Okay.
just be funner.
All right.
Yeah.
If they're about to get run over, yeah, because then that'd also give me time to untie one and not the other.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. You would go for the Brian John Mitchell.
Oh, of course.
Well, then, while you're untying Brian John Mitchell, I'll go untie Bob Pollard. It'll be a team effort. Everybody wins.
But you are also incapacitated somewhere else.
Oh man.
You're my next mission to go save after that. Although I probably would have saved you first.
Oh well, thank you.
But you need to rest up because you've just been through an ordeal.
All right. Okay.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh wow. Well, at least
Because my
there's-
life's an action movie. Where all my friends and listeners all find themselves in perilous
Yeah.
situations
Well,
that I have to save them
we
from.
need some sort of adventure. We went over that
That's
earlier.
true.
Yeah.
That's my one adventure for the year.
And at least, even though I own like dozens of Bob Pollard albums, there's still a back catalog of dozens more I can listen to.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's not like we lost him in his prime or anything.
Anyway,
But yeah,
J. Todd,
J. Todd Anderson.
Anderson,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he's he's an active storyboard artist and podcaster. So
podcaster or radio?
I think it's a I think it's a podcast. I think they just do it at the station. There.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I don't know. I've never listened to it. I just heard about it.
Right.
But this was like probably a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago. Our friend Pat Kane
Right.
called me up, and he was doing some sort of like volunteer work for this like art exhibit that was going on downtown Dayton,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
and he asked me to
Hope work there
Yeah.
an evening. Yeah.
and like come to find out it was they had this retrospective of a bunch of J. Todd Anderson's storyboards on display, and that's what the whole event was about. And
Right.
like you could go and look at them. It was for No Country for Old Men, which had just come out,
Right.
and like Leatherheads and something else. And so like there was this big party, like it was really super fancy, and it was down on Wayne, on the corner of like Wayne and Third in the Cannery District.
Right.
And so me and Pat are in charge of taking out the trash from these rich drunk people,
Right.
and like they're all there to like give donations. So like we're
Right.
supposed to keep them in liquor, so they're like, yeah, I'll give a donation.
Right. Yeah.
And so we take out the trash, and we sell raffle tickets for autographed movie posters of No Country for Old Men, autographed by J. Todd Anderson, and maybe the Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
I think just them though. And so, so all night we're going around like taking out the trash and selling tickets, and we sell a few tickets. Some people are, buy multiple tickets because you can tell they just want to support it.
Right.
And some people are like, nah, I don't think so. And like one guy in particular, like we were like, would you like to buy a ticket? And he was like, ha, that's funny. And he just walks away, and we're like, what an asshole. And so like we and another guy like just like turns us down, and a couple old ladies, like it seemed like the women were more apt to buy them for some reason.
Right.
But it's probably because Pat was hot.
Right.
And he still is. Not to say that he's not. Yeah.
He's aging gracefully.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
even
he's
though,
like 23.
yeah,
So
he's
he's got us all beat forever.
Yeah, I know. Wow, he's gonna see the end of the world in his prime.
Yeah.
Wow, lucky bastard. So we're like we're taking out the trash or whatever, and at a certain time we're off, because it's volunteer work, so it's not like they can keep us there. So they're like, yeah, you can go on over and look at the art if you want, because it was in a different room.
Yeah.
And so we go over there, and it's just like, seriously, it's almost a gymnasium length, and it's just lined up with all these easels full of his storyboard art, and you can just look at it. I mean, you're like a foot away from it, and you're like,
Right.
it's awesome. You're like, oh wow, there's that scene where Josh Brolin, Luann Moss finds the drugs.
Right, right.
It was really cool. And then we look up on the stage, and J. Todd Anderson is like doing like a win, lose, or draw kind of thing, where he's like, he's like, what should I draw? And people are saying something. He's like, what's an idea for a movie? And he's like storyboarding it.
Right.
And he's like talking to the fans, and he's really into it. And I look up, and I notice it's the guy that laughed when we tried to sell him the autographed J. Todd Anderson poster. I was like, oh, he wasn't necessarily a dick. He just thought it was funny that we were trying to sell him his own autograph.
Yeah.
And maybe he thought we knew who he was.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably what that. Yeah.
So,
Which goes back around to making him a dick again.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Total dick. But no, he seemed very, like, pleasant and personable. And,
Right,
like,
right.
I mean, he didn't have to do all the, like, drawing on stage with random dudes. I thought he was pretty cool. But yeah, that was my
Fun story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first and to get a trash first in a very long time.
Fun
story.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's all I got to.
Yeah. I don't have any.
Yeah.
Kind of not so much fun as it is frustrating.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes those are fun for the listener.
Yeah, could be.
Mhm.
I will say that if any of our listeners who follow me on the Twitter and the Facebook have known that I have very vaguely been in a complete blind rage for the past week,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
up until New Year's Eve. Because a couple weeks ago, my boss, we were trying to figure out when our days off for the holidays were going to be. And it was finally out loud stated that we would have off Christmas Eve, and then the Monday after Christmas, and then have off New Year's Eve. And then, back to regular schedule as a Monday.
Yeah.
And then, I fill out my timesheet every day to, bill the client. And looked at our company's, intranet homepage. And it's got, a schedule for, whose week it is to buy donuts. And
Right.
It was my week to buy donuts. But it had me on for Friday, which was New Year's Eve.
That's your day off, though.
That's what I thought. So, as we left on Wednesday, I said, we're closed Friday, right? Because I want to know so that if we are, then I'll buy donuts Thursday so that we're not donutless.
Right.
Right. And my boss was like, no, we're off Monday, after New Year's. I was like, I really thought we were off New Year's Eve. I was like, no, I asked, and nobody said anything, so I decided it would be Monday. So I'm pretty sure we all heard New Year's Eve. It's like, yeah. Nobody seemed to say anything, so I just decided it'd be Monday. All right.
Wow. Yeah.
And so from that moment, the entire ride home, I was pissed. All day Thursday, I was fucking pissed.
You were looking forward to that Friday off?
I'd been expecting that Friday off for
Right.
2 weeks. And I don't have any New Year's Eve plans because all my friends abandoned me.
Right, of course.
Uh,
Assholes.
Yeah. But, you know, I had been looking forward to having that day off. And if I would have had plans, you know, why wouldn't you have New Year's Eve off? So you can sleep in, so that you can go do your plans at night,
Right.
as most people do on a New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the one holiday that revolves around, you know, late night activity.
Right. Yeah.
So when I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, you know, I'm gonna want to go to bed at like 9.
Yeah, you're not going to see the ball drop.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see my ball drop as I hit the bed.
Oh, hello. Mental
Scream in pain because I just dropped on my
Oh,
balls.
yeah, you don't want to do that. You could rupture something and then, wow.
So, furious. And then Monday, just angry, getting up at 4:30 in the fucking morning, driving all the way out to fucking Trotwood, driving all the way down to goddamn Cincinnati, being at work at 7 o'clock in the morning on the day that I thought I had off.
On Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah.
And the doors locked to the building. Because the building management didn't work that day.
Well, it's New Year's Eve. Why
It's
would
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Why would they work?
Yeah.
And nobody else had a key to the building. So everyone in the office who was working that day was just standing outside the building for like 40 minutes until someone finally opened the door.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks.
And my boss, at one point, he had to call an employee who was on vacation and woke them up at 7 o'clock in the morning so that he could get the key. He left to go pick up the key. But before he came back, we all managed to get inside. And as we walked in the office, I just kind of was like, all right, so I'm vindicated, right? We should have been fucking off today, right?
Right. This was the gods.
Yeah.
Karmatically
Yeah.
telling you, yeah. So there was somebody already working that just like didn't see you guys out there for half
I
an
think
hour?
they parked in the back and had a key to the back door. And
So isn't the boss? He forgot his key.
he forgot his key.
Does he live nowhere around there?
He lives about 20 minutes away from there.
Oh, okay.
But there's another guy, one of my other bosses, who lives literally like 5 minutes away from
Right.
the place. But he was on vacation.
That was the guy they had
Yeah.
to harass on his.
Yeah.
Wow, at like 5 in the morning or something.
7 in the morning.
Still, though.
Still, when
Yeah.
you're not working, and
Yeah.
you have to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you generally tend to want to sleep later than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Well, hey, silver lining, you're off tomorrow.
I'm off tomorrow.
That's
and,
pretty cool.
I did get off at 11 on Friday, which, while I'm certainly going to take that time off, pisses me off just as much because, you know, I only worked 4 hours, but, you know, I have to drive 2 hours
50
each way.
miles each way.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Pissed.
Yeah. Well, hey, maybe tomorrow will be awesome.
Tomorrow will be alright. I don't know if I will or not, but I plan on seeing Tron.
Yeah. In 3D.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the one movie that I would want to see in 3D.
I'm glad we saw True Grit in 3D too. I didn't
Me
mention
too.
it.
The
Yeah.
IMAX 3D?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like Jeff Bridges' beard was right there.
Yeah, you could touch it. You could smell it. When that Chinese guy swung his opium pipe around,
Right.
I thought it was going to hit me in the nose. Yeah.
So, did you do anything for New Year's?
I fell asleep about 10:30 p.m. And then Kathleen woke me up at like 11:45 so I could watch the ball drop, and she poured me a glass of champagne, and then we watched the ball drop, and then I went to bed while she read a novel which will remain unnamed because she doesn't want me to say what she was reading.
Okay.
It may or may not be a vampire story for 15-year-old girls. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it Twilight?
I could never tell you.
I think she told me she was reading Twilight.
Yeah, but she didn't announce it for the fives of listeners that we have. No, but yeah, so we had a pretty low key, a lame night. We were gonna snuggle in the new year. That was like the plan. But my lameness. Yeah. Well, we
And
went.
not even drunk. You passed out.
Actually, I know I was kind of because we went for margaritas and Mexican food like we usually do, but this time we figured out it's actually cheaper to buy a pitcher of margaritas than to get 2 big margaritas.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell exactly how much I was drinking because when you get the pitcher, they just give you a little glass,
Right.
and I drank 3 of them. But it obviously was more than one big one because
Right.
I was
So they probably loaded it with alcohol, knowing you guys too. So.
oh, that's possible. It wasn't New Year's Eve.
And there's that. So
So I was like in full of food. I was just when I got home, I was like, I'm crashing.
right.
So I think she played a Harry Potter video game while I slept. So that was how we rung in the new year. Pretty exciting stuff.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. But I'm excited. This week's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Well, what's going on?
For no real reason. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
excited. I don't know.
Really?
I've been feeling creative lately, so I've done some drawing that I'm happy with, and I wrote some stuff. Like I told you, I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote the first issue of a comic last night that I
First issue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I plan on dreaming some more of it tonight. But yeah, I dreamed a linear story that didn't need anything taken out of it because it was weird and dreamlike.
Right.
It was just a linear story that made sense, and I was like, wow. And I wrote it down, and I'm going to draw it sometime. I'm going to start on it this week. But I'm also I've got a couple other things like I'm excited about. OK Panic stuff and Brian John Mitchell's nephew's Star Wars comic, and like there's all these things. I'm just excited.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Something.
It's a new year.
There you go.
This is going to be the year. This is going to be. I'm gonna get my Comics Journal interview and my Ignatz Award, and
I wish you luck.
shit the fuck yeah.
I wish you luck. Warn me when you quit the show, though.
Okay.
Like at least 2 weeks.
Okay. Remember last week when we did Black Swan?
This is not 2 weeks.
Or a little
notice.
bit. Okay. Awesome. Well, yeah.
All right.
I think that's about all I got,
All right.
other than my comic pick.
All right.
I don't know if we want to save that
I
here.
don't know.
You got anything?
I don't know. Usually when someone asks like what you've done over the weekend, it's courteous to say, hey, what did you do?
Oh, well, you already told me you were in Blind Rage. I figured that sort of ate up the whole...
No. But no, fuck it, whatever. What comic? am I
No,
reading?
I'm curious.
what comic am I
No,
reading?
I'm not telling. I'm
Nope.
not telling.
Well, I'm not going to say this one.
I thought that was
No.
your way of saying you didn't want to talk
No,
about
that was the follow up to your J. Todd Anderson
it.
story.
Oh, okay.
And then I asked you the question, what you did for New Year's Eve, and then you were supposed to ask me whatever New Year's Eve. And now you've completely broken protocol
segue.
and etiquette. And tell me what comic. we're gonna
I
read.
bet back in the 1880s they would have followed that protocol
Probably.
because they were gentlemen.
Yes, they were.
They were well spoken.
Yes. So what comic am I reading?
No, tell me
No.
Halloween. Tell me your Halloween story. I searched the Halloween story instead of a New Year's Eve story.
What comic am I reading?
Well, I got 2 in mind. One's kind of short. It's like a 3-issue book.
There.
I don't know if that's too short.
No.
Okay.
We've done 70-page stories.
Yeah. Right.
And possibly smaller. So
Yeah.
nothing's too short.
No.
One issue would be too short. A
Right.
short story would be too
Yeah.
short. 3 issues, probably too long.
Okay, well, it's the U.S. Agent story in Strange Tales. That's what we're going to pick.
It's a little too short.
Okay. Well, I have, my stack of comics. I keep, visiting all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I need to read this. And there's a book I've been excited to read, but for some reason I've never made the time for it because usually I'm if I got some free time at home, I'm usually drawing or reading, whatever we are actually picking. So I figured I would just pick it.
Right.
If you're so inclined,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Fever by Brendan McCarthy.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. So how was your weekend?
Spider-Man Fever. I think I can find all my issues.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 of them, so.
All right. Sounds good.
You want to talk about your weekend?
Nope.
I seriously thought it was the Blind Rage was all you did.
Nope. All right. So, all right, everybody. Spider-Man Fever.
Spider-Man Fever.
Let's do it.
All right.
Good.
Spider-Man.
Bye. You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.